Hello everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 5 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to give you another tip on how to help you create the life you want. How to bring more clarity, confidence, creativity into everything you do. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between looking at our fears, our weaknesses, and our strengths. And the quote that I'm using comes from a book called Now Discover Your Strengths. It's from the Gallup organization. They've interviewed over 2 million people, and they've created what's called the StrengthsFinder. It's a wonderful tool to help us kind of get really clear, okay, what are my talents? What are my strengths? What are the things that I'm good at? And how can I maximize those? And it looks at the whole philosophy of maximizing our strengths versus trying to focus a whole lot on our weaknesses. Because I think in many ways that's the way a lot of us have been raised. If we brought home a report card that had an A in English and an A in history and an A in art and a C in math, whoa, what's going on with this math stuff? And it could be that math just wasn't one of our strengths. We were really good at art, we were good at English, we were good at history, but most of our parents, because they loved us and wanted us to be successful, focused on those areas we needed to improve. And the StrengthsFinders and positive psychology in general looks at this from a different perspective. It says if we basically identify our strengths and maximize those to manage our weaknesses, we're going to be much happier and much more successful. I know for me, handwriting is not a strength of mine. Spelling is not a strength of mine. So when I'm doing a presentation and I'm about to write something on the flip chart, I'll turn to the group and say, oh, by the way, neither writing nor spelling was required for my degree, and I'll ask for some help. So I admit that that is one of my weaknesses, but I don't worry about it. I'm not afraid of it. I actually engage other people to help me with it. It has the person from the audience coming up, helping me write on the flip chart. It actually enhances the quality of the presentation. If someone says to me, hey Bill, are you really good at remembering details about things? I go, no, I'm not. Are you really good at giving a presentation? I feel really confident about that. That's one of my strengths. So what I'm encouraging you to do is look at this model of clarity, confidence, and creativity. It's a model that I use in my books and my workshops. It's a model I created because it's the developmental model, meaning we got to have clarity before we can have confidence. We've got to have clarity and confidence before we can access our creativity. So we want to be clear about our strengths. We want to know what we're naturally good at. And we want to go into those with confidence because they are really who we are. It's what we do well. It allows us to be creative, especially with those areas of life that we're not so good at, how we can manage our weaknesses by maximizing our strengths. So I encourage you to maybe get the book. It's got a code in the back that will allow you to take the StrengthsFinder and find out your 5 top strengths. It'll talk about how to maximize them. Really good information. It's called Now Discover Your Strengths. There's also you can go to the StrengthsFinder.com and learn more about that as well. But it's the philosophy of looking at how we're good at what we do and why we're good at what we do and how we can make that more and more a part of our lives. Not use kind of fear of our weaknesses, but confidence in our strengths to make and create the life we want. I hope you're enjoying these videos, having a great time bringing them to you. If so, hit the like button. Also, if you have a comment or a question, feel free to put that down below. I read all your comments, try to answer your questions. I really love it when you engage me in Facebook, on YouTube, and on my website, whatever it is, wherever you're listening to this, LinkedIn. If so, please do that. This has been fun for me. If you want me to come to your organization and help people bring out their strengths, how to access that part of the brain that is about bringing out our strengths versus that part of the brain that looks at our weaknesses, all you got to do, go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in, and I'd love to work with you about that, talk with you about that. In the meantime, here's to you bringing more clarity, confidence, creativity to everything you do. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.